job, I believe. And there are suicides which are happening when it comes to the process of coming out. It is a constant contemplation which goes on into the mind, and it takes a mental toll as well. This is not, I'm not talking out of my just knowledge, bare knowledge, but these are research which are out there on the web. Taking this as a mental health issue, Haider is a strong advocate for mental health. I would like to ask Haider, in your experience, when with dealing with this issue of coming out and the mental health, what do you feel that what kind of role does one individual has to play when it comes to the process of coming out, and how does it mentally affects, or how does one can the mental health element, how can one can seek and help in the process of coming out?
All right, so before I answer that, let me just give you a quick backstory about myself so that you know where I'm coming from. At the age of 16, I went through a severe phase of depression. I went through a year-long challenge of dealing with schizophrenia, where my mental framework was breaking down day by day. I almost felt like life is no longer going to be hopeful for me. Tried to attempt suicide, just felt very, very hopeless about life. And through that journey, I discovered poetry, because the only other way that I could express myself and come out of that depression phase was having some sort of a medium for me to express, and that's how poetry happened. Fast forward few years down the line, I also discovered, or rather accepted myself for who I am as a queer man. I identified as a gay man, and it took me another few years to just come to terms with who I am as an individual. Fast forward 10 more years, at the age of 30 is when I gathered the courage to come out to my mom and tell her that I'm proud gay man, and that's when she turned around and said, no matter what does the religion, Islam, says about it, what does the law in India say, at that time 377 was existing, and what does the society say, I think for me, I am a proud mother, and I will be a proud mother for who you are, and I think the only thing that matters is the bond of love that we share with each other. Fast forward 5 more years, it took me to come out at workplace. Now you realize what has happened in the last few minutes, what I've shared with you is different stages of my life where I've constantly had a chatter in my mind, whether do I belong in this society or not? Is this right or is this wrong? Will I be accepted for who I am, or will I be discriminated? Will I be, asked to leave from home? Because those were the stories that we hear around, and that's how you pick up the narratives that this is the only way you will have to struggle through your life. And that's exactly what happens for people who gather the courage to come out, because coming